Sawadee krap, it's Tuesday, February 5th. I'm JP Mestanza, and this is Phuket Extra, brought to you by PSD Windows and Doors. Now here's the news you need to know. Millions of baht in car stereos, speakers, and accessories went up in flames as a fire engulfed an entire building at an Autosound store in Phuekt Town early this morning. In total, 9 fire trucks arrived at the scene on Songkram Road at about 1:45 a.m. this morning, and it took them more than an hour to bring the blaze under control, preventing the fire from spreading to residential homes near the back of the property, where an entire building was razed by the flames. Luckily, no people were reported as injured as a result of the fire, and at the moment, estimated cost of the damage to the property is in the millions of baht. Police believe the fire began because of a short circuit, although an investigation is now underway. After a video clip went viral showing a confrontation between a Pathan police officer and an American tourist, the cops tried to make up for it by making the American man a tourist police volunteer for a day. The video clip shows a confrontation between the officer, Captain Pirom Sri Suwan, and 34-year-old American tourist Luis Magdaleno Nava, in which the officer gave him a 1,000 baht fine for a traffic violation. But then, frustrated at the miscommunication and not knowing why he was fined, Nava took out his phone to record him repeatedly asking the officer why. That's when the officer pushed him a few times and then hit the camera. Again, the issue with miscommunication, as they could not understand each other, but Pathan police and Nava later put the issue to bed, with police inviting Nava on a ride-along to see what they do on a typical day, even offering him to join the tourist police volunteers, which he graciously declined. Police say the incident shines a spotlight as to the language barrier between some police and tourists, many of whom speak a range of languages other than English, with the need for tourist police volunteers to help bridge the gap. It's been just over 2 months since Bahraini refugee footballer Hakim Al-Araibi was detained, arriving in Bangkok for a honeymoon with his wife. And while Thailand keeps saying he'll most likely be extradited to Bahrain, where he fears for his life, his detention's been extended until April 22nd. Araibi is being held in Thailand because of an Interpol notice that was later cancelled, all at the request of Bahrain, who say that he vandalized a police station in 2012 during the Arab Spring protests and was sentenced to 10 years in prison in absentia. He denies the charges, saying he was playing a football match for Bahrain outside the country at the time, and that he's being persecuted for political reasons, as he spoke out about his time in a Bahraini jail, being tortured, and spoke out against certain members of the royal family years ago of Bahrain, accusing them of human rights violations, especially to the Shia minority of the country, and says he fears for his life if he's sent back. Craig Foster, the former captain of Australia's football team, who's been campaigning for Araibi's release, he was at the court in Bangkok yesterday to show support for the Bahraini refugee, saying that Thailand has been used by Bahrain in this situation. And everyone from Australia's PM to FIFA have called for Araibi's release, but Thailand's deputy foreign minister says it's up to the kingdom's judiciary to see if he will be sent back. And a deadline of April 22nd has now been set, extending his prison stint in Thailand. In late 2017, members of Bahrain's ruling party and Thailand Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha met in Thailand to, quote, strengthen ties and express readiness to promote their cooperation in every dimension. And it's no secret that Thailand are part of the joint bid for Southeast Asia to host the World Cup in 2034. And one of the members of Bahrain's royal family, Sheikh Salman, is one of the highest ranking officials in FIFA, even campaigning to become FIFA president, something that is not lost on protesters in Australia who rallied for Araibi's release last week. Phuket Extra will be right back after this.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000 and luxury properties can go all the way up to 20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.
Welcome back to Phuket Extra. Squabbling between the head of Thailand's Southern Peace Talks team and the spokesperson for the Mara Patani, an umbrella organization of insurgent groups in the Deep South, it's leading many to think that there's been a breakdown in peace talks between the two sides. Over the weekend, General Udamchai Tamasarora was in the Malaysian capital of Kuala Lumpur to meet with the Malaysian peace talks facilitator, Abdul Rahim Noor. And while he was there, the spokesperson for the Marat Patani, Shukri Hari, along with other members of the group, tried to speak with him informally, and when the general refused and sent the committee secretary instead, the group accused him of having a, quote, hidden agenda. The general maintains that he will only meet with them if there is a formal appointment and with other officials present for the peace talks, while saying that an informal meeting between him and the spokesperson would suffice, although the Marat Patani felt slighted at this. The peace talks between the two sides, facilitated by Malaysia, are meant to help quell the violence in the rebellious southern provinces, especially after several attacks earlier this year and late last year that cost the lives of just over half a dozen people, although it's not confirmed which specific attacks are by the Marat Patani, if any, or by another group called the BRN, the Barisan Revolusi Nasional, who have repeatedly rebuked offers for peace talks. And just a day after peace talks between both sides in the Southern Thailand insurgency broke down, an ambush attack took place in Narathiwat province in which one civilian was killed and a police officer was severely wounded. Shortly before 10 p.m. last night, gunmen opened fire from the roadside near the entrance to a police outpost in Narathiwat province, just as a police officer rode past them on a motorcycle. The shots hit not only 29-year-old police sergeant Muhammad Faisal Mayakor, but also a passing civilian on a motorbike, 23-year-old Mahatma Faiz Jaikor, who was hit in the stomach. He later died at a hospital nearby. Police say the attack was well coordinated, with two teams, one firing the shots and another team scattering nail spikes on the road to make sure that police were not going to pursue them. The officers suffered broken bones in the attack and is now recovering at a local hospital in Narathiwat province. And that's it for Phuket Extra, brought to you by PSD Windows and Doors. For safe, secure, and soundproof windows, visit pvcphuket.com. If you're watching us on YouTube, click that subscribe button to check out all of our future videos. And if you're watching us on Facebook, give us a like on the Phuket News page. From all of us here at the Phuket News Center, thank you for watching, and until tomorrow, stay classy, Phuket. The 4th annual Phuket Hospitality Challenge will be held at the Championship Laguna Golf Phuket course on Wednesday, April 3rd, 2019.